so too the reward.
You better run for your...
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review of the 2024 fantasy action film Damsel. The film is directed by Juan Carlos Frenzadillo and it stars Millie Bobby Brown, Ray Winston, Angela Bassett and Robin Wright. Okay, so this is a fantasy film. It focuses on Millie Bobby Brown's character Elodie, who is a young princess, hard-working princess, but her lands are poverty-stricken. Everybody's starving. Her father and lord of these lands, played by Ray Winston, Lord Bayford, is given a proposition from a faraway, very financially sound kingdom. And the offer is that the young prince would like to be paired and married off with his daughter, Elodie. This offers a tremendous opportunity for him and his land. It could save his country and his lands. So they set off to meet this prince at this faraway land. When they get there, all seems fantastic. It seems like a fantasy, even though Elodie is quite a strong, independent, willful young woman. She kind of is falling in love with the place and seeing the appeal and hoping this is all going to work. Then the wedding takes place and she thinks she's taking part in like a wedding ceremony following the proceedings, but in actual fact she's been offered as a sacrifice to a dragon that has been ravaging the lands for centuries now, and the kingdom offer up young princesses as a sacrifice in order for this dragon to leave their kingdom alone. Right, what are my thoughts on Damsel? Well, I have to be honest. I went into this film not expecting a great deal. I'm not really sure why. I suppose it didn't really sound overly interesting to me. The whole spin on the damsel in distress kind of fantasy thing where they kind of got rid of the Prince Charming and the knight saving the damsel and all this kind of stuff. And part of me, thought it was going to be like one of those films with the message in, or, it was going to be a bit woke and, we don't need men sort of thing. And in actual fact, it isn't like that at all, in my opinion. Although I suspect there will be some negative Noras out there on social media and YouTube that will try and spin it that way. In actual fact, I'm not going to lie, I was really pleasantly surprised with this film. I thought it was beautifully made for the most part here. I thought the director did a great job. It's visually interesting. The effects, I think, are very, very nicely done for this film. And we have, I think, at the central performance, Millie Bobby Brown giving an incredibly strong and charismatic performance. I've been impressed with this young woman, obviously, ever since Stranger Things, where she is just incredible in that show. But, the Enola Holmes films and stuff, she's got some real charisma. You know what I mean? The camera really likes this girl, and she's got the talent to back it up. And she absolutely nails this film, in my opinion. She doesn't play the damsel in distress, but I like the way they still give her this journey. She doesn't start off as being this badass or anything like that. She's just a strong young woman that'll, chop wood if it needs to be chopped in her homeland. And then when she gets to this faraway land thinking she's going to be married off, and it's almost like she can relax into being this young princess and ride horses and, travel the world, all that kind of stuff. And then this happens to her, and initially, when she's offered up to this dragon, she is, a blubbing young mess, really. She's crying, she's distraught, she doesn't really know what to do, she's scrambling to stay alive, and then she uses basically her brain to start using her environment and the resources around her to survive and use them to her advantage. And I just like how it did that. It put her on this journey, where she just got stronger and stronger and stronger as the film went on, and I just liked the way it told that story, and I was really captivated by her character. And then I also enjoyed what they did with Robin Wright, who plays Queen Isabella, the nasty Queen Isabella, who is bringing these young princesses to her land under the false pretense that they're going to be married off to a handsome prince, and then they get chucked in a pit for a dragon. I like the way they twisted, her from her Princess Bride years, where she is now the evil queen sort of thing. I just liked how they did that, and I thought I don't think the casting of Robin Wright was a coincidence. Really, I think it possibly was to do with Princess Bride, but even if it wasn't, it's a nice ironic twist that they've given to her. Ray Winston is not in it a huge amount, but is always great. Very, very interesting. Angela Bassett, again, not in it a huge amount, but holds the screen and does her part well. And then you've got as well the whole face-off between Elodie and this dragon. And I expected it to almost be really quite tame and hide and seek and all that kind of stuff. And it actually turned out to be quite thrilling and occasionally quite frightening. This dragon is a right bitch. It's a female dragon, and it can talk, which really helps, if you like, because otherwise it'd just be Millie Bobby Brown running around these caves hiding from a dragon, and that wouldn't have been very interesting. So there's this dialogue going on between the dragon and Elodie, and it's really quite sinister, some of the dialogue and some of the stuff that this dragon comes out with. But again, they even give this dragon an arc, and when you understand and realise why the dragon is doing what it's doing, it all makes perfect sense. And everybody's arc, if you like, is quite satisfying by the end. So I'm not going to lie, I did come out of this film, well, it's on Netflix, with a bit of a smile on my face. I enjoyed this so much more than I expected to. It's a good fantasy film, not to be taken too seriously. A nice twist on the fairy tale and damsel in distress thing, with some nice performances, nice effects, and a decent addition to the genre. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, if you got Netflix and you're not so sure about this one, watch it. I think you'll be quite entertained by it. I thought it was a really quite well made film. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I will of course be back with more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.